Hey guys, welcome to another Locodoco World Review. Today we have IG versus Damwon. Some would say Showmaker, Noguri, Shy, Rookie are the best solo laners in the tournament, so them facing off against each other is going to be an extremely hype matchup, and I cannot wait. And this group is extremely tight. There's 3 contenders for the group, TL, IG, Damwon, so the results of these matches are just extremely important, so I cannot wait to get started with reviewing this. Alright, let's start. Lee ban.
So I'm expecting him to be much better than the player we saw.
Interesting target ban. Pantheon ban, you have to ban from left side. Also, let me get out at Big Pen.
Taken away Canyon's most played champion of all time, albeit that's only a year.
Renekton ban.
Following it up with the Renekton as the Pantheon, of course.
So the Renekton ban is if you're not willing to first pick Renekton and there's teams that can play Talia and Elise, you kind of have to deal with Renekton, and it's extremely hard. Like Renekton with full rage stacks, flash W plus Talia follow-up or Elise follow-up is instant death every single time, and there isn't top lane champions that can really deal with that. So like the only champion that people talked about that can deal with it is Quinn with Cleanse, but I don't think that is going to be like very popular amongst teams. So yeah, that's why Renekton's so popular. It's not because Renekton by himself is OP, but Renekton in combination with Talia or Elise players are OP. Everyone pretty much plays Elise, but there's few players that play Talia. Like Damwon plays Talia, Griffin plays Talia. So watch out for the Talia teams.
Returns to his seat on the bench.
Yeah, Pantheon 100% pick ban as we saw during the countdown
Not a lot of pick.
so far.
Not a lot of pick.
Yeah, mostly in the ban side. Yeah.
Just one pick, I think, so far. And this
Why is Pantheon a must ban from red side? That
Just
champion's
because
broken. You can't
Qiyana
trade
is
with
one of
it.
those
It gives you
champions that I feel
priority.
like
You
doesn't
can dive
really
with
fit
it.
in the meta,
It
but
wins
has
every
such an
2v2.
aggressive and extreme early game, and really does take over in that 10 to 15 minute mark as
Syndra
the
ban.
ultimate comes online, and just such a cost-efficient build.
Syndra and Kale has been like the 2 most interesting picks in the whole tournament, in my opinion.
When you're looking at Summer Split,
And I guess along with Renekton, Syndra, Kale, Renekton, these are like the meta-defining champions. Why did Kale become such a high priority? The Eastern teams brought her out in solo lanes, and they don't get shit on in solo lanes. And she's amazing when she scales. When she hits level 16 and she turns Super Saiyan, that champion's crazy. So Kale open, LeBlanc banned. Let's see who takes Kale.
Rookie's LeBlanc, shout out to one of the best LeBlanc players of all time, the Syndra, to be the last one there on IG's side. His first pick, now available for the Shy, considering
Gragas.
the Gragas.
So there's been a lot of first pick Gragas. So there's been like kind of a mini war versus first pick Gragas and first pick Renekton.
Oh, you reckon he goes Klepto too? Because we did see that while the Shy picked it up, he did go maybe a little bit
he
more.
Probably wouldn't, but that would be hilarious.
Of the team fight rune, I think that and we will have this conversation during game, but I think people really do sleep on the strength of Kleptomancy as a rune in the laning phase. It's just
What? I think that's completely untrue. I think there's very little strength of Kleptomancy in the laning phase. Like, it can randomly give you smallish items, it can give you a regen, but the amount of regen it gives you compared to other runes is so minuscule, and the amount of gold it gives you is so minuscule too. I think Klepto is actually really shitty unless you can farm the champion. Like, you can farm the champion. Like, you can just, like, Vladimir versus Sion matchup. Like, Ezreal taking Klepto. You must be able to farm the champion to be able to use Klepto effectively. I think Klepto is so overrated as a rune.
pure
High
sustain
early,
most of the time when you are
very
able to grab
normal.
those health potions. So whilst I do agree that it does scale well with gold, more gold
Ooh,
equals
dear.
more items equals more damage most of the time. I do think that it also helps out the laning phase
There we go,
significantly more
Talia.
than maybe people give it credit for.
Talia without
Talia
Renekton.
has been locked in here, gentlemen, so no opportunity to mix that with the Renekton, which I think a lot of people are going to be happy about. I feel like that combo's been botched a little bit so far here at Worlds as we move back over to IG's side.
Shout out
What I
to the
wouldn't be
Griffin.
surprised to see is if IG does not actually grab up the Nautilus, you can go Nautilus, Kaisa bot lane, and the Nautilus also sets up very well for the Talia. So I think that would be a pretty nice third pick here from Damwon, and I'm going to be interested to see if IG
Akali.
feels pressured whatsoever to take that away as a result.
Yeah, and I also want to see whether that's going to be Showmaker's Talia, because Talia is a pick that in the LCK wasn't always the jungle role, and did see a little bit more of that mid lane play as well. So I think there's certainly flexibility still in this down one's draft. And this is just how IG generally like to approach something. Jackie Love and Baolan, they're going to be a little bit isolated, a little bit on that island. So they don't
Ezreal.
really prioritize necessarily.
Well, I'm
those big
shocked they
picks.
picked
Jackie
Ezreal
Love
over
is
Zaya.
very much an AD carry that will come online as the game progresses, but you need to be able to secure Rookie and the Shy those priority picks.
And also, Jackie
I guess maybe because it's versus Talia, or they want to play towards the solo laner.
Ezreal has been locked away. For him, of course, no stranger to any LCK
there
team.
we go. There's that
Darmon
kill.
was one of our teams that didn't.
Oh yeah, it was Kale versus Akali mid.
This time though, going to pick away the Kale. Everyone heard about the Klepto Kale from the Shy on Twitter, on Reddit, on things like that, but Nuggery's been doing this since she first got reworked.
And the thing is, we have seen a lot of Kale in the mid lane, and I love to watch Tracking the Pros. Tracking the Pros as I fall asleep at night is one of my favorite activities at the moment. I've been watching Rookie play Kale. And let me tell you, based on his solo queue experience, I don't think he thinks Kale's very good. Because he's got a lot of multiple death, 0 games on the champion at the moment. So
I think you have to understand Kale to really play her well. Players have to get good at losing lane gracefully while not losing out on HP.
Limit testing when they are playing in solo queue these days.
And players like Rookie probably just wants to maximize the hell out of laning phase and just try to win lane.
Didn't go too well for him, but not expecting that here. And we have to remember that
Irelia,
Kale is a
Yasuo ban.
flex. We've already seen it brought out in the bot lane. Certainly
Morgana, Galio ban.
Showmaker as well.
Morgana Galio ban's really interesting.
Powerful points about this pick. Is
Jace
that it's actually
top.
pretty hard to punish these days.
Wow, I'm so shocked. They blinded top here instead of saving top for number 5 and picking a support. So weird for them to blind top here.
You know, ever since this kind of new Kale that has been updated, you go AP, Q max for lane, you are able to survive a lot of these lanes, even if you are.
And they can flex Kale and Jace, but they can also save 5th pick for Jace, or a different top lane pick.
Exactly going to be very full most of the time. Definitely some squishy champions here, but a lot of
Nautilus, super common support, not much to say. Engage, CC, tankiness.
And I'm just worried about the lack of engage options right now, Atlas, because Nautilus has just been stolen away in this draft.
Welcome to Papa Smithy's life this whole year, Spawn.
It's very typical to partner that Kai'Sa up with the Nautilus just because how the passives overlap. So I think this is not a worrying sign for Damwon. As you said, they're very experienced playing these kinds of comps, but this is going to be a very
it wasn't a
comp to get on top of.
wait, it wasn't Akali versus Kale mid. It was Akali versus Akali was top, and it was Lucian mid.
Yeah, definitely expecting it to be a solo lane Lucian. Lucian solo lane into Kale is actually one of the matchups that can punish it most, especially if Showmaker were to take this. You can actually go
Poppy support. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Holy. Okay, things are coming back to me. Poppy support really nice versus 4 of their champion: Lucian, Nautilus, Gragas, Akali.
Pretty much here has something,
They kind of have to concede lane when they take Poppy support, because she offers like pretty much nothing in terms of lane. Like, she's also the same champion in top lane. You're garbage in lane and you're amazing outside of lane. If you want to do well versus Poppy, beat her in lane, because if you don't beat her enough in lane, she's one of the best tanks mid game. She does so much and she has threat on her own. Crazy good champion.
Like, that just doesn't sound like the recipe for victory. So what I'm very curious in is the ability to separate and split up.
Also, mini combo with Talia wall into Poppy flame.
The skirmish potential of the 2v2 and 3v3 that is currently there from the down 1 lineup.
And that's why I think for the most part we actually are going to see the Poppy used as disengage, right? You go to the side lanes, you put your Jace.
Wow, but this Poppy's so good here. Lucian, Gragas, Akali. I mean, Nautilus to a certain degree, but Lucian, Gragas, Akali are champions that are very dependent on their mobility.
Safely clear the waves, because if you're diving into this Poppy, you can knock someone out with the ultimate, you can deny that dive with your W, and it seems like a pretty intelligent comp, but we know IG are monsters in the early game and certainly could run them over.
I know it all makes sense, all of your analysis, but all I see is the fact that Talia can set up a wall and Poppy can ram people into it. That's all I can see as we get into game number 1 of the day.
Does Poppy W stop Nautilus from hooking too close for the auto? What do you mean hooking too close for the auto? Whenever Nautilus hooks and he's getting pulled, he'll like bump. He'll do the bump if you get hit by the Poppy W. The only thing that Poppy W won't be able to stop this game is Ezreal E, because that's not a dash, that's a blink.
And here we are under the rift for game number 1, Invictus Gaming versus Damwon Gaming. Damwon may have stole the coach, but are they going to be able to steal a win over IG on the first time of asking?
And it's games like this why I love Worlds. SKT versus RNG, IG versus Damwon, similar styles clashing from regions that you wouldn't necessarily get to play against each other. And I think that people are hoping for the return of form of the Shy and Rookie, because if that has
I'm definitely looking forward to it.
These solo lanes are certainly where we should be looking in the early game.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, when you talk to
I think one thing that this game showed is it doesn't matter what you pick into Kale. Sometimes there is no counter for Kale. You can slightly beat Kale in lane, but the champion's too crazy. If Rookie Lucian with Gragas cannot blow up the Kale, then I think that pretty much tells the entire tournament, like, there's no counter.
Play-ins, it was around 80-something unique champions already picked up, and we're continuing to build that list.
One thing worth noting is it's not actually the Ignite for the Lucian, so it did go mid lane into the Kale, as I was kind of expecting here. Great early game matchup. I would have preferred the Ignite
early invade from down one. People love invading with Talia. That champion's so crazy at level 1 also. You beat pretty much every champion in level 1. I think Talia Q is one of the strongest level 1 spells.
This is a great start from Dan 1 because Talia has one of the best level 1s in the game. You walk in with the Q
he exactly said
and there's
what
not
I
really
said.
all that much you can do about it. Meanwhile, because Nuclear and Beryl have been able to start in lane, they're going to
Gragas
get shot.
fairing up his pathing a little bit, but he's wasting a lot of time. What the fuck is he doing here? Like, where is the wave pushing? Do you think the Kale's gonna walk up for anything? She wouldn't even walk up to CS, because she would get hit so much by Lucian. She has like no reason to walk up. This guy's just wasting time. This jungler is actually trolling. This jungler is straight trolling by being here.
The question of that rookie.
What are you doing? Get the fuck out of here, dog.
He was actually already spotted out, on this ward. He walked right by this on the minimap. So,
he's there for Talia level 2. They have wards. If he gets ganked even with wards being there, then he's stupid. Also, regarding Talia level 2, Rookie can hug right side and he should never be ganked by Talia.
Bit of time looking for an opportunity for a level 2 gank. That was not there. And as a result, Kenyon knows, all right, well, I can actually finish the Wolves. I can full clear now this side of the map and get out of that scot-free. So early advantage due to that vision goes over to Dom1.
Yeah, could possibly deny that camp as well, but I believe didn't. Also left Agatha available. You can see pings there onto the Gromp camp as Noguri and the Shy going at it. Half health at the moment. We have to remember that this is Noguri's Jace versus the Shy's Jace. Probably two of the more famous Jace players in the world.
And in very Noguri style, he has gone the Kleptomancy. It is going to be range into melee matchup. He is going to be getting that bank, that gold. We've already talked about, the possible mental warfare there. But I also like...
I think it's really hard for Jace to farm Klepto from Akali.
Can trade really heavily. And I think that you have to be
if Jace is autoing Akali, then it's a trade. You don't get to farm the champion.
Where Noguri takes us as far as his build. Is this going to be more for lethality, grouping and poking alongside some of the other members? Is it going to be more purely for that 1v1 and see some early MR to help deal with this Gragas and Akali? Because I do think an early Hex Drinker is going to be massively effective when you are going up against this type of a comp.
And it is also one of those champions you want 40% cooldown reduction on, right? And lethality only gives you 10 and you go up by the 1, so I think it'll make a lot of sense to go for that early game. But honestly, you kind of just don't want him to see the Itemized defensively. You don't want to see an Arm Guard come out and then a Hex Drinker come out in a farm lane. You want the Gunblade, you want the Omus, you want them to just run into each other a couple of times.
Yeah, you certainly do. And also, when you've got a squishy lineup like this,
Kenyon just hugging top side, allowing Noguri to play however the hell he wants.
Keep their health bars low. They can't engage on
God, it's so toxic. Split map, have winning matchup. Oh my god, it feels good as a Jace.
Rift Scholar towards the top side of the map. No gank to be happening just yet, and the gold is entirely even.
The Shy made so much sacrifices in this game. Because he took the flex matchup from Akali to give Rookie the counter pick. And he's also getting the map split on him. The fact that he's maintaining CS and he's not getting blown out is speaking a lot. Like, he got so fucked in terms of draft resource and in also terms of jungle resource. There we go. Wait, dog, chase him! Why is he not willing to flash auto chase? You have red buff on him. What? Wait, what? He should just chase the hell out of him here. Wow. I'm surprised he plays scared here because it's really hard for Gragas to be topside. The only reason I believe he didn't chase is he thought maybe Gragas recalled and he could be topside. No, the Shy doesn't have W. You can check the skill here. He used W, his E is on cooldown. His E marked a creep. I'll say I'm 90% sure he could have chased.
Is going to make it out with 100 health.
And I think Canyon could have killed him there if he flashed, although
Thank
Rookie
you.
wants something.
Yeah, thank you.
Showmaker underneath his turret, but
He definitely could have killed that.
So Rookie just going to be able to play
He has to be afraid of Gragas. That's the only thing.
And deny a lot of farm.
And we were having a conversation last night as AL of like, you know, how does Rookie build his advantages? And this is what he does. He steps past the minion wave and is willing to take these trades, and it is very difficult to deal with. As soon as Rookie knows where the jungler is, he plays like a maniac in the laning phase. You can see that the KO just isn't built to deal with that at this stage of the game.
Yeah, you know, thankfully for Showmaker though, you know, he can at least see us.
Poppy getting her way pushed in, very normal part of the game.
He is closing on level 6, but you know, as you were saying, you know, in some of these situations, when the wave gets frozen against you, you really do have to call your jungler and allow him to come in, help push it out, reset the wave, because this is definitely a frustrating situation, but the downside of playing like this is you can expose yourself to ganks.
Well, Barrel's actually going to dive onto Jackie Love here. Not a lot of mana here for the Ezreal as Canyon.
Oh my god. Botland's trolling. Botland's trolling. Botland's trolling.
Coming in for the Kai'Sa. Now Canyon going to turn up as it was evened out, but it ain't even.
Holy. There's something that happened here that was really important. I'll talk about it a little bit. It's decision making from Canyon and like IG bot lane playing like ass. So in this situation, Showmaker is getting denied waves, and the wave is going to push away from him, and Rookie can do whatever the hell he wants to Showmaker. So Showmaker's in a terrible situation. So here,
help push it out, reset the wave, because this is
Canyon has to come mid and reset the wave for Showmaker. So by Canyon going bottom and not resetting for Showmaker, he's basically telling Showmaker, I'm going to fuck you over, but our bot lane is going to get something. But the thing is, like, him going bot lane, it's not a guaranteed kill at all. Like, Nautilus has flash. Ezreal is unkillable. Like, him going bot side here is kind of risky. There's a high chance that IG bot lane plays smart and doesn't get ganked at all. And, like, he took a very risky gank here. And instead of helping out his mid lane, fix his lane, which would be guaranteed, and which would help with their scaling, he took a very risky decision-making choice.
Situation, but the downside of playing like this is you can expose yourself to ganks.
Well, Barrel's actually going to dive onto Jackie Love here. Not a lot of mana here for the Ezreal.
Here, imagine he just backs away. Wow, this is crazy.
Canyon going to make his way down, another steadfast presence, and just in the 2v2, it's going to be first blood.
There's no way this was guaranteed. This worked out, but if he went bot and they didn't get a kill, and mid lane just maintained that position, both mid and bot would have been so fucked.
He's had 2 successful ganks already in Leon, just looking to trade farm, but he's once again on a ward.
Yeah, Canyon getting behind them, able to help clean that up. That would have been a 2v2 victory for IG, but it was not a 2v2, and now IG pressuring Showmaker off.
Level 6 to level 5.
Yeah, that is a point-blank ultimate there from Rookie, but he's tanking up the turret. Canyon makes his way around and will save. His mid laner also takes a lot of health.
Oh my god, this Leon's guy is terrible. What the hell is this jungle doing? This jungle's legit trolling. Oh my god. IG jungle and support is actual trash.
That's just a good experience of being able to recognize.
Oh my god.
Shown back in that bottom lane, really well navigated. It is going to be the 2 summoner spells burnt there in favor of Damwon in this early game, looking like they have control.
Yeah, certainly the case, but, you know, thankfully, at least for Rookie, not only to get the turret play, you know, after looking this farm, he's going to be up a good 20 plus CS, so, you know, individually, looking strong there, but the question is always going to be with the Lucian, can you continue to extend that advantage, right? Because creating a 15-20 CS advantage and then sitting on it is not going to be enough. But now we do have this bot lane play one more time, and this is all about the engagement.
Keep running.
Canyon.
And I wonder if that
keep running. Just keep running. What the hell?
Click from Beryl, because he is running Aftershock, but he tackled a minion, so he wasn't able to proc it. So he was much squishier than you would necessarily think. Also had to use that W nice and early, but really, Canyon's
there's definitely a chance that he would have died anyways, but it would have been really close.
Power there of IG, they need to be very aware.
It would have been really close.
It does get around the map.
Dude, in this meta, also jungle matters so much. There's so much high tier junglers in the meta. Like junglers that have incredibly strong impact in early game and mid game. Gragas, obviously, one of them. Kiana. What else? Elif, Lee Sin. Like these champions, you can win the early game and you can basically carry your team in the mid game too.
good at just being better than their opponents, and that's what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, and I mean, it does always feel tough as a jungler. You know, when you're Canyon and your mid lane is counterpicked, you know, your bot lane is just kind of naturally losing that 2v2, even though you just ganked them, it starts to feel like, well, where do you go? You know, where do you kind of plug the holes, and where should you spend your time?
All Canyon has to do is match. Dude, there's champions on the enemy team that like become worthless so quickly. Lucian is one of the worst scaling champions in the entire game. Lucian will become worthless very quickly. The Poppy actually helps so much with dealing with Akali and Lucian later on. All Canyon has to do is just play with top lane and play with mid lane. Make sure no one dies, and he just has to maintain like kind of safety net for his team and match the Gragas. So yes, he doesn't have lanes that are very gankable, but he also is in a position where he can just help his teammates.
Well, at the moment, they're spending some time around this mountain, Drake. Already down very, very low, and IG will secure that without any interference from Damwon. A great first dragon, and a second one will be a mountain as well, certainly setting up whoever picks up that next one for success around the Baron.
He has winning top side, and he just has to protect mid and make sure top doesn't get ganked. I would leave bot lane alone in this case.
What a miserable,
but I'm not surprised.
What a miserable time to be alive.
Well, it's not miserable for Nuggery. He's the only one with a CS advantage, which is what we'd expect from this matchup. So, of course, no surprises there as Rookie. Not actually going to win out on that particular trade until the R button's pressed, but Showmaker just enough movement speed just denies all of that excess.
When you counterpick KO with Lucian mid, and you guys start going even at level 7, feels bad, man.
He's going to have first access to the minion wave, but Showmaker through the heal, through the auto attack should also be able to collect a lot of that health back.
Yeah, certainly the
Feels
case,
bad,
he's
man.
not actually getting access to minions.
Oh, this was a crazy gank. Yeah, they get double here. Double flash burn and they get 2 kills. This was so crucial. I think one thing that played a huge part is it was a really good timing from Talia, but also IG doesn't know how to play versus Poppy support. And to be honest, like, who knows how to play versus Poppy support? Like, who the hell plays versus Poppy support? Such a good engage from Poppy.
Through the auto attack should also be able to collect a lot of that health back.
Yeah, certainly the case, but the problem is he's not actually getting access.
Q, flash R. People didn't really expect this. It might have even been R flash. I'm not sure how Poppy interaction works. And then because he was CC'd earlier, can jump on him.
Dredge line and another kill delivered with a bow.
It's really bad to give Kai'Sa kills.
A gorgeous engage there.
Kai'Sa's actually the worst champion in the game to give kills to, in my opinion.
Setting up Canyon.
That champion's so stupid.
Perfectly timed.
And this is MVP Canyon finally showing up. This is why he was able to steal so many of those MVP points in the LCK, because he's had games like this. Yes, he's had games where he's fallen over, but sometimes he's just in exactly the right place at the right time.
And fed Kai'Sa, fed Vlad, both of them up there for impossibly hard champions to deal with. Just very low counterplay champions once they get ahead.
Rotating out of his lane, trying to shadow Rookie, because they can see that wherever Canyon goes at the moment, good things are happening. And even though he's only got 3 kill participation, that should be all 4. That's 100% being involved with these kills so far. And as you mentioned, this is just decisiveness out of Damwon's bottom lane. The willingness to start a fight instantly.
Yeah, and so
that engage.
Seizing the tackle on the minion to actually gain distance instead of knocking them away, then flash, double knock up with the ult, Q for the slow, they pile in, using the ultimate proc.
Good job by Damwon, but also IG positioned terribly on bot side. They were just playing so far up there when they didn't need to.
And Balan missed the wall. I talk about nerves a lot on the world stage, but that is just a nervous play coming across. That's a pretty big wall to hit. It's not like he's aiming for something small, but just that minute gap meant that was the second kill coming across.
I've also got to point out Nuggery's build here. You know, I'm honestly got to say I'm a little bit perplexed. This is honestly almost feeling like a Triforce or something.
Man immune.
No, yeah, man immune. That's a man immune build.
Okay.
Yeah. So the idea behind that is with the W max second, as soon as you go into melee stance, you pump out so much damage, and there's no way you can stop Akali getting on top of you, right? So you just have to be able to win those individual trades. I like the adaptation. However, it does have a little bit more of a trough, so he has to continue to grow this CS lead in the early game.
Huge problem for IG. Bot lane can't beat Damwon's bot lane anymore. Mid lane can't dominate the kill anymore. Akali can't beat Jace. So the winning play has to come from Gragas to create situations. Like Gragas has to gank bottom, Gragas has to gank top, Gragas has to gank mid. Top is so well worded, so it's extremely hard for Gragas to gank. There's just so much vision control coming down. Mid is always kind of shoved in, so mid is ungankable. Bot lane, it's Poppy Kaita, so it is actually really hard to gank. Like Gragas has very little places to go. And also, this jungler hasn't been the best jungler. He's definitely one of the worst players on IG along with the support. So they're in a situation where the jungle has to create something and the jungle isn't able to create something. So the game's going to stall out and keep giving Damwon more and more opportunities to scale and be in better position.
And what this tells me is that it's going to be about the split push. It's going to be about the side lane.
I mean, lane gank is definitely possible because you can't ward for a lane gank.
It just didn't have that early game power. It was too much scaling, and Jace's power was very front loaded. Some of the changes to Jace though did actually increase his AD late game, his scaling late game. So
I mean, he went to lane and then he just went back to farm. The Gragas isn't doing anything. It's so good for that one. They're outscaling, out farming, winning early game. They feel so comfortable.
Yeah, completely agree. And we've been very critical of Damwon's bottom lane. You know, we've been saying Nuclear and Beryl, they haven't been able to step up. But Nuclear at the moment doing a very good job of just acting like bait. Just, you know, taking a couple of the W's that are coming across and saying, come on, E on top of me. But this is a position that IG are pretty used to. You know, the weak side bottom lane, while they do try and gain advantages on the top side.
Oh, they just have so much control. And there's nothing for IG to do.
Best support if you can down towards the bottom side of the map. But Nuclear is also back on ultimate comfort here as well as the champion that he played as often as he possibly could in the LCK and also in the play-in stage as well. So of course the Kai'Sa is certainly something he can deal with as Nuguri lands an empowered shock blast. Shy just going to be farming things out here as he does close the gap. And finds the Shy a couple of times. Good trades there from the Jace.
Yeah, with that melee W, you should actually be revealing the Akali in the Shroud because you're dealing that AoE damage, kind of getting the shadow. Something else that we didn't...
One thing I want to touch on Shy versus Nuguri. Shy made sacrifices for his team this game. They picked Akali early, and Akali has really good... Akali has pretty much... You can go Akali mid versus anything. You can blind Akali. That's like the strong point about Akali. You can blind Akali and it doesn't matter. Like, you don't really have bad matchups in mid, so you can just stick her mid whenever you want to. But one thing Shy did was he took Akali top versus a matchup he knew is going to be hard in Jace. And gave Rookie the Giga counter pick in Lucian versus Kayle. And Akali barely got any ganks while the other jungler ganked for him. Other jungler ganked for the Jace, and they also placed down so much wards for the Jace. And they also had Scuttle up on top side almost all the game. I know IG has to Scuttle up right here, but Shy was given so little and Nuguri was given so much, and the Shy never got solo killed. Shy's maintaining pretty decent CS. It's not like Nuguri's roaming like crazy onto Rookie. Nuguri roamed a few times, but Shy basically got shafted this game, so other players on his team can have tools, mainly Rookie. And Rookie's not doing much with it, and also the jungler's so inactive. So it's really hard for Shy to do anything.
Actually get a chance to touch on yet is how powerful Jace Kai'Sa is as a late game combo. One of the best ways to actually utilize Kayle is on a squishy diver, because what you can do is you can send your Kai'Sa into the backline, diving onto the Ezreal or the Lucian with the Kayle ultimate already on him. And then it creates so much chaos because, you know, even at the early rank, that's 2 seconds of damage immunity. A Kai'Sa with a few items can kill you during that amount of time.
Yeah, we've already seen it so far at Worlds as well, and it was definitely devastating. So let's see what
I blame bot lane, bot lane, and also a little bit of Rookie. Because Rookie definitely asked for the Lucian matchup into Kayle, or he opted into it purposely, so there's a certain amount of responsibility. What the fuck? Was that me, or did the VOD get fucked? Anyways, like, there's a certain amount of responsibility onto you whenever you're picking a counter pick, and Rookie's doing so little with the counter pick. Like, he's up 30 CS, but it doesn't matter. Like, being up 30 CS on Lucian versus Kayle doesn't matter. It really, really does not matter that much. You're completely fine as the Kayle. Rookie is winning hard. How is he doing bad? It's not that he's not winning, it's he got a counter pick, and Kayle and Lucian are just snowballing together. Maybe there is a point to be made about there's not much things going on for IG where Rookie can roam around and make plays. The jungler's definitely inactive, bot lane's fucking up on their own. but also like when you pick a champion like Lucian, there is a responsibility you have to carry out. That's why top Lucian's garbage. That's why bot Lucian's also bad. And in the same kind of manner, mid Lucian's also bad, because when you're given that champion, your team has to do a lot with it. I do think Lucian was an incorrect pick here, but as a player playing that pick, player playing the snowball pick, there is onus on you to, one, either say, I don't think Lucian's good here, or two, if you are going to go with the pick, actually carry and do things with the pick.
Expect the KL to be behind, and the seismic shove didn't find Baolan there either. So Damwon with control of this river towards the bottom side, thinking about evening out that Mountain Drake count with IG. Ooh, wow, that's a lot of damage. Killer Instinct comes in for Nuclear. On the bottom side, one more auto, the flash in, the solo kill for Nuclear, bottom side of the map, and all the haters just
Nuclear
got real
getting
confused.
He's styling on Jackie Love right now. No flash available for that play, and Nuclear just...
Holy shit, the 2-1 Kaisa killed the 0-2 Ezreal.
and goes for it immediately.
I mean, props to Nuclear, but also the situation is very favorable for him.
As well as a steadfast presence will stop them from making their way out. Misses the ult completely though, and now Beryl is going to run away.
Yeah, so that was really prompted by the spotting of Baolan over by mid lane.
Yeah, Rookie finally giving his advantage to other lane. Like, stuff like this had to happen a lot more when they were playing Lucian into Kayle. Like, Lucian either had to kill Kayle a lot in mid. I'm just gonna ignore that Gragas ult, or roam around a lot and affect other lanes. And this is the first time he started affecting other lanes.
Is coming under continual pressure. They need to be able to open up that Rift Herald. Plates are now going to be down, but you can see that Damwon just very comfortable continuing to camp Jackie Love.
Yep, and Nuclear took a lot of those plates off this turret as well as depth charge comes out.
That was a very interesting Nautilus ult.
Found Leyan, or has Leyan found Beryl is the question. He's extraordinarily tanky, but the culling, moves on out of the way. Divine Judgment, probably unnecessary, but better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
I think one, Damwon bot lane should have reset immediately after Dragon, and they probably had a lot of gold to spend. I don't know why they were trying to plan a dive bottom. The dive bottom was stupid. And two, how IG engages onto it, especially when Gragas has E-Flash, the way they engage is so dumb. The Gragas is so inactive. Wow, IG's actually hampered so much by their bot and their support and jungle. Like, the Gragas has an E-Flash once throughout the whole game. It's the strongest engage tool in the entire game, and he doesn't do it at all.
Certainly the case there, and will get out scot-free. Does cost them a couple of summoners, but certainly not going to be any lives lost there from Damwon. But the problem here is Shy, after that kill from Rookie on Nuggery, is actually going to be able to...
They got top turret like that?
Not really gaining much of an advantage with his chase.
And he's equalized the CS discrepancy as well, whilst Nuggery is going to pick some up. This is another look at that play, and look how much damage...
Oh, this guy RW. What the hell? Use WR. What the fuck are you doing?
He probably doesn't even need to burn the flash there. That is just a straight up outplay from Nuclear.
Yeah, that's certainly the case. I mean, that would have procced the passive, so he would have been dead to rights no matter what.
Auto.
Very easy solo kill from him here.
Auto.
He does flash away. I don't really know why Nuggery's spending his flash there.
On the bottom side, there is a fight, gentlemen. Flashes out there from Jackie Love, and Nuclear follows him, immediately gets that damage down.
And we couldn't even see what happened here. But it looks like Jace TP behind, and they engage with Poppy.
Poppy is hunting him down. He'll have the heroic charge, but he really wants to give that
kill. Give the kill to kill.
And Showmaker will pick that up on the Kayle. 8-2 is the kill score, and the turret score is evened up by Damwon bottom side.
Damwon are just absolutely running over.
If Damwon's behind, they're fine. If Damwon's even, it's good. If Damwon's ahead, it's amazingly great. Like, Damwon's in such a good position here. They have a comp that outscales them so much, and also the playmakers on IG, like the Gragas and Nautilus, are so inactive and so unwilling to do things. Like, it's hard for IG to come back when, the people that have the tools don't do anything with the tools.
For this game, when you look at the gold lead, it may not seem that big, but when we take the champions into consideration here, they are doing incredibly well. And here is IG.
I actually think IG is in a lot of trouble if their jungler plays at this level consistently.
And he just comes in from behind and absolutely lights up Leyan.
Then they need the Shy on Giga playmaking, but also carry champions like Vladimir. And like Rookie needs to be on champions like LeBlanc.
So well.
is a little bit dangerous to take pointers from Nuclear all the time. However, this game seems to be working out in that department. Jackulov going to take up residency.
Yeah, their solo laner just has to carry so much weight.
Do on the Ezreal. He's going to be building towards his Trinity forces.
Also, they should keep their jungler off of Gragas if he's having a hard tournament.
On this champion moving into the mid game, and they're going to need it.
And it's the stage of the game we've all been waiting for. The 1-3-1 setup. This is when we are
Gragas
going to be
is
able to see the skill
an
of
extremely
the solo lane.
expression heavy champion. So if you're not great on Gragas, it's gonna show. If you're great on Gragas, it's gonna show. Don't play Gragas unless you're super confident on him.
Yeah, and it honestly feels like so much of the onus is going to be on the Shy, because I don't think that Rookie has enough of an advantage to actually dominate either of the solo laners whatsoever. You know, he's only 500-600 gold ahead of Showmaker. He's down gold, I believe, to Nuguri. So, you know, this Lucian is not necessarily going to be that big bully that they want right now. And I think a lot of the game will come down to those 2-item power spikes. When they complete the Essence Reaver on Rookie, when they have the Triforce down on this Ezreal, what is IG going to be able to get done?
Oof, Kale's so happy to be farming. I haven't seen Gunblade a lot on Kale. Hopefully it's good. It seems kind of troll of an item. You have slow with your Q. Like, you don't need HP back. Like, Gunblade seems just such a troll item on Kale. There has to be better items, no?
Have some more items coming in, and as soon as that Muramana transformation comes in, he'll be out of that trough and ready to smack people.
I think it's a transformation that we're really
Gunblade is permabuild and high US solo queue. Okay.
Potentially a Boots 2 pick up there as well. But I think that Nuguri hasn't really been a person
just for lane sustain?
Okay. No, we talk about this a lot, but he did have some moments where on Vladimir he waited for the death cap before team fighting. But so far in this group stage, he does just seem to want to take some of these scrappy brawls, and we'll see whether he's...
Another seismic shove. Canyon seems to be landing the majority of these.
Canyon's playing real good at the moment.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he certainly has been impressing, and honestly I have to give a lot of credit to Beryl as well. His setups for these ganks have been great, and the Poppy, I think, you know,
bot lane setup plus jungle has been a core reason of why Dom 1 dominated bot side.
Incredibly well, you know, at that stage.
Also, a big problem with Ezreal being 0-4 is Ezreal is a very timing-based champion. There's two timings that are very important. I mean, there's actually only one timing that's very important. It's you get mana immune plus Trinity or Iceborne. On these two item power spike, so what's special about mana immune plus Trinity or Iceborne is it's cheaper than other 2-item combos, right? It's cheaper than Infinity Edge plus Rapid Fire. It's one of the cheapest 2 items you can buy and one of the cheapest 2 core items. So it's very important that you get to this fast as possible. And then after that, you're going to get slowly outscaled by other AD carries. Other AD carries are stronger than you on 3 items, 4 items, 5 items. So between when you finish your 2nd item and until the enemy AD carry gets their 3rd item, you're stronger and more impactful than other champions on the map, so you need to maximize that. But when you die a lot on Ezreal, this gets delayed a lot, right? So your power spike gets delayed and enemies power spike gets accelerated, and it matters even more so. It's very, very timing based. So Ezreal falling behind and not being able to hit his timing is so crucial.
Game. It's only gonna get better.
I think he's one of the worst ADs to die on early, because you also need to be stacking your tier, not just earning gold. And when you're dead, you're not able to stack your tier. So there's a lot of problems that come with Ezreal falling behind early.
They put all of their stock into making sure that Nuguri and Showmaker are going to crush there, and Nuclear and Beryl are going to stay alive. And if Canyon thinks there's a kill down towards the bottom side, he'll go and collect some paychecks.
But maybe this is the evolution and growth, and maybe the surprise tactic that you expect to see out of a world-class contender. People were saying that this down 1 lineup is good enough to contend, right? So they do throw that curveball in this game. They say, you know, IG are probably expecting us to go at the Shy and Rookie as well. Let's pick a little bit more scaling through the Kayle, and let's help out this bottom lane and try and build a big advantage.
Yeah, I think it's actually a really good point, because even if you only do it in this one game and then never go back to the bot lane for the rest of the group stage, in the back of your head, all your opponents now have to be, ooh, but what about that one IG game where Canyon was down there non-stop? And you
IG can't match them in fight. I'm very curious what IG is going to do.
Certainly a hallmark of...
Even the game looks really even, right? They're about, what, 1k, 2k apart? Like, the game is so different in terms of, like, picks and, like, these picks being active. activated. Like Ezreal being behind, Kayle having a fine laning phase, like these play such a big part, and it's not something a difference in power level that's really showing on the team gold.
Great team.
I just don't think Nuclear is going to be picking the Kai'Sa very much more in this tournament, because he's shown that it's night and day if he gets this champion compared to almost anything else. His Garen was something that was forgettable, his Yasuo barely got over the line, but the Kai'Sa just seems to be something that Damwon are very happy to put him on and then rely on him to just be there in the late game to do that DPS.
Why even throw the Q if all you're going to do is throw the Q as Gragas?
And click on some heads. Certainly what's worked out here is double Mountain Drake will come in for Damwon. And as we crest the 20-minute mark, that Baron's going to be so much easier for them as the Weaver's Wall is going to get set up. IG are split now.
Oh my god.
Finds the wall. At the same time,
This Poppy trolled.
Rookie, but he stays alive for so long. The Shy dancing around the backline, and it's Baron
Wow.
to go down.
Holy shit, that wasn't a bad engage from Damwon, but the Poppy troll. Let's re-look at this. Wall. Ult from Gragas, and then ult from Gragas to spread everyone, and then ult from Ezreal. Only hits Naguri. Got that. Sicko knockup. Where's the knockback? The knockback's there. Oh, Rookie didn't die. This motherfucker didn't use Ignite on Rookie. Rookie should have died instantly there. Rookie should have died instantly, and Poppy should have used W instantly, so Rookie and other people can't dash out of this. Second mistake from Beryl. Used W late, didn't Ignite. Rookie lives. Wait, did he actually live throughout the whole thing? Oh my god, he lived that throughout the whole thing. And this guy also had stopwatch. He could have stopwatched immediately after igniting too. Shy able to get a kill. I think this was huge misplay from the Poppy. Also, Kai'Sa didn't find this opportunity to ult. They should have killed Lucian for free, and rest of the team should have backed up, and then Poppy used a stopwatch, buys time. Like, what the hell? This was a situation where IG, or where Damwon should have started the fight by deleting one person and slowly playing out the 4v5.
Canyon and IG have come alive.
And IG had the items this time around, and they smashed Damwon. They will take the turret down, but that is just a miscalculation. That is Damwon starting up that fight, and they did not expect IG to be that strong.
Yeah, they certainly did.
They probably didn't expect a Lucian who got hit by a E flash stun from Poppy and then knocked back from Talia to survive. The Poppy, all she had to do was press Ignite.
And they're the ones going for the engage, as you call out, and the Shy showing up at the perfect timing, running over a lot of that fight. You can see Jackie Love as well. I do believe got the ultimate across multiple members, chunking them down, and IG just flexing their team fight prowess.
And this is a fresh base from Jackie Love and the Shy, and you can see that's why
Why didn't you just ignite him? What's your reasoning not to ignite him there?
they're cut off at the start of the fight.
Ignite,
However,
ignite,
really good
ignite.
backline.
He still has heal and you didn't ignite him. Oh my god, he would have died even earlier if he ignited him. Wait, he would have died even earlier if he ignited him. He used heal through this. Also he didn't use W. Holy shit.
Access from Baolan. CC's up multiple
Wow.
people. That creates the space and the timing for the Shy to just wreak havoc on the backline.
I mean, he was just AoEing them. I had assumed that was Ezreal. That was an Akali Q. Just knocking off 20-30% of the HP of 3
I mean, Shy
members
played really well in
from
that
Damwon.
team
was
fight, but
insane. Look at his damage.
Poppy trolled.
Just ludicrous
Disgusting.
from the Shy. I feel like we're looking back at 2018 and everyone's forgetting what happened to IG in their playoffs, in their regional gauntlet, where they had to go the whole distance.
I'm not sure why
against
Kai'Sa
every
didn't
team.
do any damage
When
in
it
the
comes to
fight, but that's
international
beside the
tournaments,
point.
this team
They
is
should have been able to kill
certainly
Lucian.
one to never bet against.
Because the thing was, Atlas, is no one coming into last year's Worlds was like, yeah, give me that IG. You know, everyone was on the RNG, the KT hype train, but this was a team that you just look at the pieces and you're like, if they show up on the day, you know, they have the, you know...
No, why the ignite was important there was Rookie still had heal. He should have ignited before the heal 100%.
Superstar top laner, the superstar mid laner, they have a streaky jungler at the point. And if they just all turn up at the same time, like, how do you beat this lineup? And I still think that whilst it's not the same level of that, on their day, these are still some of the best players individually in the world.
They definitely are, and it was an incredible team fight, but we can't get too far ahead of ourselves here because I do still like Damwon's position, and if you offered this to them, they would take it 10 times out of 10. sitting around even gold here with the Kai'Sa, the Kayle, these sorts of champions, as well as the teamfight strength I think that you're going to be getting from this Poppy. You know, Showmaker is now level 12. He has the splash damage, you know, on his exalted attacks, you know, when you do have those 5 stacks. So he is getting more and more powerful. And when you hit 16, Kayle really does get that much stronger.
Yeah,
This
level 16 Kale's no joke.
This
Super
isn't a team
Saiyan.
where they draw up the battle lines and it needs to be all perfect and set up. This isn't a game where you'll be like, oh, IG is getting scrappy team fights, they should win. Damwon loves scrappy team fights. They love to be able to take the 2v2, the 3v3, the skill checks. This is
I'm the scaling still smiling for Damwon.
So far this game, they're looking very comfortable on Summoner's Rift.
They don't have to be that, like, they don't have to be that worried. Also, the Gragas has not made one single proactive play throughout the entire game. This guy has an E flashed engage once. Like, oh my god, I just cannot overstate how little this Gragas is doing and how much it's hurting IG.
Looking like a bit of a K-Ram, as we call it back home. But I guess this is the...
That's a lie. You call it NARAM. I listen to your casts.
No, we started off calling it the NARAM, but then it happened too much.
You got a little self-conscious about it. You're like, oh,
we claimed
God.
it at that stage. Yeah.
And this is what I say. Sometimes this is just the best way to play League of...
For the person that keeps saying he should just auto him without Ignite, unless the Poppy can perfectly calculate how much heal it's going to do, the first thing she should do there is, after she gets the wall slam on, Ignite before he heals. Like, she can't feed into the future and realize, oh, he's going to live by 1 auto. She has to do the correct gameplay pattern, which is Ignite before you heal, not wait until the end of the fight and realize, oh, he would have died with 1 auto. You're talking too much in hindsight when you're saying she should have saved Ignite and just autoed.
But if you send someone to the side lane, and Beryl just like charges you under the turret, you know, creates that fight, and they can take down a structure, then that's bad for you. So all of a sudden you have to be willing to match 5v5. It's not really until these kinds of resets come out that you can reset the map, and people do get stuck in an ARAM, maybe a little bit too long, but I think that sometimes you do have to value the ability to just balance your side lanes and be able to siege down that mid lane turret.
Yeah, definitely the case. And I mean, you also have to weigh the risks and rewards of splitting, right? If there's incredible engage coming out from the other team, if the collapse is too dangerous, which, you know, perhaps it is from things like the Gragas or even the Taliyah joining a side lane, then it does encourage teams to less sit in that side lane and more just push than group, right? And that is what we are seeing here.
Kai'Sa's gonna hit, like, who the fuck is gonna deal with Kai'Sa later? I guess Akali kinda can, but still. Kai'Sa's one of the best champions at dealing with a champion like Akali, and also who the fuck is going to deal with the level 16 Kayle? There's no real tanks on IG side. Like, the most tanky champion is going to be Nautilus after Aftershock, but he's still going to melt also.
You know, it was less the ARAM and more just kind of the push and pull style of getting those side lanes moving.
And at the moment, it feels like Damwon do have a little bit more of that flexibility. 3 teleports online for the squad, as Jackie Love's still yet to come off cooldown, and only the Shy with that available at this point. So that's why you saw Noguri towards the bottom side of the map, but now they're grouping up together, possibly trying to get the Shy's teleport out.
They can just buy time. Damwon's not in a rush for anything. They can wait Kai'Sa 3 item, they can wait Kayle level 16. There's big spikes coming for Damwon, where IG's not going to get any stronger. Ezreal doesn't really get that much stronger after 2nd item. Lucian, I mean, it's arguable. Like, Lucian does get exponentially stronger if you're building crit items, but even then, you don't scale as well as Kayle, so that's kind of beside the point. I think Akali, after Zhonya's, is going to get weaker and weaker also, so if she goes Zhonya's Deathcap Void, then she's fine. But that's not the build she's going. She went double magic, Hextech, double magic pen into Zhonya's. And she's probably finishing Morelos before she finishes Zhonya's.
On a single target, it's
yeah.
insane.
He has Oblivion Orb and Void Staff, or Void, or not Void, Blasting one. He's gonna probably finish Morello first.
How much damage they do in a very short space of time.
It certainly is, and you have to add the double Mountain Dragon to that, right? Which just makes it that much more threatening. Kayle also, especially with this new AP build that people are going for, your healing is significant, right? So you're not actually going to be getting too low while you're doing this. She can heal up 2 people at a time, and as he gets more and more CDR on this Kayle, that is going to become more and more problematic to deal with.
What I will say is the approach of the pit with an Ezreal with the Nautilus, with the Gragas, is also really good. So you have to be very thorough with your sweep. I didn't necessarily love the fact that Damwon came from the top side of the map. You normally want to go towards that Baron through mid because we've seen too many teams try and bait out this objective and then ultimately seed mid lane pressure, maybe a mid lane turret. And with tier 1 still available for IG, I think that really is the most crucial turret in the game right now. Because if you can't push past neutral, it's very hard to have complete vision around that Baron area.
In fact, they have barely any vision at all. Can you see an IG ward on the map right now? There's one there in the mid lane, but that's about all of them that I can spot. So needed to go back for a bit of a reset. You can see that it is a couple of wards sitting in Baolan's back pocket, but IG pretty blind right now.
Yeah, and unfortunately, when you have
IG does have decent Baron speed, so that's something that one has to constantly account for, but they have Kai'Sa W, they have Talia wall, they can even JCQ over the wall. I don't think they're going to feel that pressured about Baron. Let's see though, but IG's starting to get decent control and Damwon has to start worrying about Baron.
have a look at the items, the Shy is full build.
Dude, if IG can't open on Damwon when they have full Baron control and Damwon has to face check into them, there's no hope. If they can't open in the situation where they have such a vision advantage, then the game's over.
Somewhere Deficio is very, very upset. The man to get the most annoyed at Doran's keeps when there are control wards to be picked up. However, IG still able to push up this mid lane, able to keep control. You can see the side lanes in a decent position for them as well. And one of the wards they do have, certainly one that's spotted out in Nogari, position for them as able to push up this.
Why is this guy so unwilling to E-flash?
The side lanes in a decent
E-flash ult. It's undodgeable. He literally did not E-flash the entire game. E-flash ult is undodgeable. Yes, you can dodge E-flash with your own flash, but it's really hard to do, and the mind game is crazy hard. This guy literally has not used E-flash once throughout the entire game. 26 minutes and not once on Gragas. Shocking.
Position for them as well, and one of the
what the fuck?
Certainly one that's
He's so nervous.
Does get his flash out as well. IG, they will take.
He's so nervous.
And move on out.
Yeah, certainly the case. I mean, Nuguri, I feel like
he either has no idea how to play Gragas or he's playing extremely nervous. Maybe a mixture of both.
Really wanted to finish off that blue buff here. Has the Maw now complete. The Muramana transform is through. So Jace certainly looking very, very strong and does open up an inventory spot for those pink wards with the Maw completion. That's all he was waiting for.
So proud of my boys right now.
Just a lot of the strength. Like, here's the thing. If you nerf E-flash on Gragas, you wouldn't see him in pro play. If you made it so you cannot E-flash on Gragas anymore, I think I can confidently say Gragas' tier would drop down so much, because so much of his strength comes from being able to engage in a guaranteed manner. So being able to, like, having a player never use E-flash on Gragas means you're playing like a tier 3 champion. Crazy. Does IG have a sub jungle? This is the sub jungle.
Beautiful stuff. Damwon are even going to be able to secure their Crimson Bramble back, and they take that one, give it over to Nuclear. So set up for a fight right now, but it looks like Damwon, after that first fight, are a little bit spooked. They're not wanting to just dive on in. Leian had a fantastic cast to break them all up. They
what?
Understand that IG's team fight is something to be feared.
Please don't use Leian and Fantastic in the same sentence.
They have an incredible late game. They are scaling very, very effectively here. So as long as you are not being denied your jungle camps, as long as you are getting that farm, they shouldn't be feeling pressured, but they're actually just going to start this up. They see Shy down on the bottom side. They at least want to get his teleport out.
There's two Baron plays that Damwon loves doing. One of them is Rise Ultimate into Baron to take it, and the other one is Talia wall off into Baron to take it. And the other one is double TP to Baron. I mean, double TP to Baron isn't really a Damwon play, but Damwon loves rushing Baron. That's one of their signature plays.
We'll see if they'll be able to.
He's gone tonight. That's just dead. All too easy and so fast. This is what we were talking about. If you have your eyes off that Baron for a couple of seconds, it is dead. That was basically a red buff.
They play a lot of high damage champions, including jungles, so they often have comps that can rush Baron really easily, but they also do creative stuff to get Baron.
And now we keep talking about the item spikes are there. That's why they're confident to go for that setup around Baron, and now the 1-3-1 should be very hard to deal with.
I mean, not only did they get the Baron, they also got the TP off Shy, right? Yeah. So now they have TP advantage, and they have this massive neutral objective buff here. And with all the vision that they actually reset, they went out, they placed their pink wards, they realized there wasn't even any opposing vision to clear. IG had no wards in the area, so they just say, well, all right, well, let's just start it. And they were able to burn it down. And now Damwon is in an incredibly strong position.
Damwon.
It's like buying insurance.
It's Damwon, not Damwon.
In there, make sure that you're never caught out of position. But sometimes it's a little bit frustrating. You know, you got health insurance, but you never get sick.
My favorite thing about Damwon being at Worlds is correcting people on how to pronounce Damwon and how to pronounce Noguri.
Used to work in the industry. Make sure that you're picking it up. But I did like the way that Leon was trying to approach that fight. I always feel that in this situation, Gragas isn't that threatening.
Oh, caught out of position in the
What?
chase, just ran.
Wait, how does Shy die like that?
Situation, picking it up. But I did like the way that Leon was trying to approach that fight. I always feel that in this situation.
Oh, Showmaker, just timing where he got this. Shy went in for auto. Kind of hard for him to walk up straight.
Gragas isn't that
Really good knockback.
Caught out of position in the chase, just rammed barrel. Clicks on him and he's just dead, but Canyon got all of that work done. That's going to secure the outer turret in the mid lane. And
Amazing from Canyon. I'm sorry if I said Showmaker, I meant Canyon. I meant Canyon.
And IG just look like they don't have an answer.
Yeah, I mean, their wave clear is pretty lacking at this point. You know, when you have Canyon moving up, zoning, and now they're just going to go in.
Another heroic charge is barrel. He's not going to be dying here either. The Divine Judgment's in.
I'm not even joking. You know what SKT would have done if they had Baron here? They would have legit split into 3 lanes and then try to farm all 3 lanes and slowly get outer turrets and gotten picked off. Maybe they wouldn't have gotten picked off because the Gragas doesn't know how to play the game. But still, I love that teams... I love that there's teams that proactively use Baron, and then there's also teams like SKT that just spread and kind of waste Baron.
The Dredge Line at least is able to pick him out of position, but Damwon still able to get the damage down. They relieve them of their jungler as Canyon goes golden, flashes immediately afterwards as now Showmaker to get the DPS in there, but they go very low health bars.
I think that's one weakness of SKT that doesn't get talked about enough. They're so slow whenever they get Baron.
Edging out these small victories. They all look very low health, but the things we were mentioning, the
Killed almost
invulnerability,
16.
the heals, the ability
Almost
to
Super
reset the
Saiyan.
team fights with those stopwatches, and
Almost
now they
Super
will
Saiyan
resume the
3.
siege.
Yep, 3 items on Nuclear. He's doing so much damage as Rookie gets a
Nuguri is level
shock
16.
blast as well.
He should hit 16 very soon.
Damwon will just move themselves back, but as you can see, the gold lead not exactly.
I can't see the
gigantic.
duration on Baron. I wonder how much is
2.6K.
left. Oh, they're
Not
showing it
really
on top, right?
move
About
but
1
Damwon's
minute.
Still in so much control.
Yeah, and this is really just a beautiful setup here from Canyon. The Shy trying to
Ooh.
figure this out. Looks
I mean,
to
he
try
just
to
made his
sidestep
own
that
engage.
instead of, you know, blowing any sort of cooldown. Thought he could get out, was not able to. Barrel was there for the follow-up, and then no hesitation. As soon as Barrel sees an opening here, he was confident to go in.
Yeah. Sorry, we have to sort of look back at the differences between these two teams as well, because Canyon has been really, really good. He picked up the MVP over in the LCK. Some of us thought that, you know, maybe that wasn't necessarily the best choice for the MVP, but it is what happened because he does have up and down performances. But Leon hasn't been
Baolan hooked,
very long at
immediately
all.
put himself in the
He
wrong
only
position and then
played,
died right
one
afterward.
game in their playoffs that
Wow,
they
the
lost
support and
0-3.
jungle for IG is just
And then
seriously lacking.
they
Holy
run
shit.
through the regional gauntlet, which was very, very close for IG.
When I was watching this the first time, I just felt like, oh, IG aren't doing anything, they're slowly losing the game. Now that I'm watching in 1 speed, I'm really breaking it down. It's very apparent, like Baolan forces things in a really bad way, and Leon doesn't know how to play Gragas, and he's engaging in really bad ways. And they finally got 1 kill. Oh my fucking god. I spoke too soon. Jesus. How the fuck did they win that?
Canyon's rocky performances. I would rather a jungler that does have high peaks and troughs.
So he walked in with E, and then got Gragas seed,
Hold the thought.
Yeah, that's a big
and then
body
ulted
slam
out.
Nuclear. He may have just entered here as he goes golden, but they
Oh,
should be
he
able to
couldn't
pick
get the
up
ult
body
right
slam
afterwards. He
in
got
the
insta-killed.
middle of the
Okay.
animation.
Nuclear actually straight trolled.
Backflips on top of
He walked in with E, and then got hit by Gragas CR.
He's still going.
Versus a player that wasn't able to land a single Gragas flash E throughout the whole game.
From Jackie Love, and Beryl takes the blast cone, the last man alive on Damwon's side.
You've all seen the Shy's 8 trucks, but now you've seen his Akali. What an incredible fight
The
there.
thing about Shy this game is he got
World's
no
best top laner
resource.
pulls a rabbit out of the hat and
The thing about, like, that's the thing I want to really emphasize. He got nothing this game. The team took Akali most of the time when Akali gets picked, she's meant to go mid. She is not meant to go top. She's only supposed to go top in counter matchups. She got picked mid, and then the mid laner wanted to take a different mid laner to counter the other mid laner, so she got moved to top into kind of a shitty matchup versus Jace. Had almost no jungle help. The enemy team had double pink ward with Scuttle up, and the map was split early game. Like literally, Shy got almost no resource. He didn't get resource in draft. He didn't get resource in terms of jungle pick, and he's still the most effective player in his entire team. It's crazy.
Keeps IG alive.
But the way this all started is the man that we were questioning. We said Leon has been outperformed, but he's able to get the start to that fight onto the Fed member.
Wow, he literally got nothing this game. Holy shit. That's so crazy to think about.
Is so long at this stage of the game.
Yeah, and somehow it's IG that break open the base first. This mid inhibitor turret's gonna go
Dude,
down.
fuck the rest of his team. What the hell?
And Damwon, if that wasn't a throw, that was a damn good effort.
I mean, this was just a, also a great engage. You have to give some credit as Nuclear just gets wiped off the map.
Great engage. Oh my god. The only person I'm going to give credit to that engage is Nuclear. Nuclear did an insane engage by forcing the Kai'Sa to E forward and then get hit by Gragasy. The Kai'Sa literally walked up with E, got hit by Gragasy. Like, that is not a great engage. Like, point out what the hell happened. The AD carry inted. How the hell are you going to tell me that's a great engage when the AD carry literally inted into the fight?
But certainly have to see that one again as he still has his flash available. So let's watch this one more time as Nuclear was the target here. He's forward and yeah, just straight into the body slam, ulted in, so I'm with you. Huge mistake there from him. Perhaps overconfident in his position.
Okay, at least he corrected what he said.
Unable to get the KO ult down on him either.
And look at the
absolutely
and the
beautiful
knowledge
engage.
Of cooldowns. You know, with that W up, you would feel very safe around the Poppy, but he's just able to get so much damage out. Lands the next E as well and dives onto the backline. That is just.
And rest of the fight doesn't matter. My Fed Kai'Sa died doing nothing.
Angles to maximize the AoE damage out of Akali, and you don't really think of Akali as this crazy AoE splash damage champion, but the Shy is making it work and just team.
And they did dive Noguri once with Rookie, but it was so late in the game, and by that time bot lane was blown open. Maybe it's a hyperbole for me to say he got nothing, but he got pretty much nothing, dog. He got one roam, but he got pretty much nothing.
These are not fights that IG is supposed to win, and Nuclear certainly giving them a hand, but
taking the wall will find Battleland and he's just dead. No chance. The IG support to survive that one. Even Rookie wanted to get that Rift Skull. Does it go? He's going to get himself out of there.
Oh, that's the bullshit Kai'Sa combo.
That one, even Rookie wanted to get that Rift
What's the counterplay here? Invulnerable champion with ultimate jumping in on me. Where's my counterplay? Where's my counterplay? What's the counterplay, guys? Please show me the counterplay.
Couldn't do anything. The Baron now is potentially as an option as he body slams over the wall and then has to flash to get himself out of the way. Damwon, they're going to jump onto this Baron, and once again, we have to tell you, this goes down extraordinarily fast. Is Beryl not going to find the Shy? The heroic charge is there.
Literally Shy doing everything by himself. He creates his own space. Does so much in the fights. Watch how he played this. Just watch. The only person I want you guys to watch here is the Shy. Just watch him. Dodged Poppy ult. He's purposely not using other skills like R and E and just doing damage with Q and passive. Just doing damage with Q and passive. First ult proc. Q. Switches target onto the Jace. Switches target onto the Jace. He E's backward instead of ulting in to make sure he can use ult to exit. Kills. And then ults out before he can take damage. The way he played that was so fucking insane. The patience he has with cooldown and never giving the enemy like a chance to do damage to him.
Re-engage this time.
But is that going to be enough to stop the Baron? They will re-engage, but the health bars are so low right now. And
oh, the Ezreal shift forward. Wow.
Level 16 though, he does so much damage. And the Baron is going to get taken down. Beryl with the steadfast presence going to deny.
I'm pretty convinced Shy's the best top laner of the tournament. He got one shot there, but not much he could do.
Tribute is going to be able to make it out.
And he might have just saved the game because that was going to be such staggered death timing there. However, now being able to reset Beryl off the map, there is a creep wave to deal with as well in down one.
I don't think he saved the game by fucking up the support. I think that's false to say. I think we can appreciate his play with saying stuff like he saved the game by killing the support and staggering the back timers.
But that was looking very dire for IG.
Yeah, it certainly was a critical kill there coming through.
And one thing I'll give to the casters is you do get extremely hyped casting games like this, so sometimes you do go overboard. So I mean, I understand it. I don't think it's good, but I understand where they're coming from.
I do want to also pay so much credit to how Canyon was able to kite out the back end of that fight, and he is dishing out so much damage on this jungle Talia right now. His walls have been on point as well. This is certainly his best game at Worlds so far.
And you can see how much healing Kale now has at this point with the Gunblade, with the W. Level 16 was hit off of one of those kills. He got the experience, so Showmaker well and truly online. They get the kills, they get the Baron, and Damwon, you know, barring another major mistake, should have the tools they need to really put a stamp on this game.
Yeah, now level 17, Showmaker with 3 items completed, just looking for one more. We'll see what that's going to be. Doesn't have the Rage Blade just yet, as we'll see how much damage he's going to be able to get done in the next couple of fights. Kale is just so ridiculous in the late game. Someone pushing out the mid lane for the moment. They have yet to break the base, so the super creeps in the mid lane going to be helping IG a lot.
Wall block into Dragon Rush.
We'll move over to the next
Such a Damwon play. They can do this play all the fucking time because they play high damage champions in every single role. I mean, other than support, but they play it in every single role.
Elder Drake getting taken down extra.
Oh, Gragas.
Over to the next neutral objective on the map.
Sitting on a ward. Didn't even consider for 1 second that he might be sitting on a ward. Oh wait, he actually sees Poppy. What the fuck? I'm trolling.
We'll move over to the next neutral objective on the map. They set up the wall.
So he sees Poppy charging up the ultimate. And he's like,
Elder Drake getting taken down extraordinarily quickly is going to be secured. It's by Nuclear of all people.
Okay.
And IG couldn't do anything about it as the group of 5, the death squad of Damwon looking for even more. The dredge line going to come in. The ultimate's down. Canyon not going to be dying just yet. Actually has a flash over the wall as the heroic charge is in as Nuclear gets in with the...
What is he doing here?
Just yet. Actually has a flash.
Wait, this guy's trolling.
Couldn't do anything about it as the group of 5.
So as an 80 carry here, the only thing I'm doing is I'm looking at cooldowns. I'm looking for Gragas R, Gragas C, Nautilus ult. Nautilus use hook. Nautilus use ult. Akali use W. I went in. Nautilus no ult, Nautilus no hook. And then this guy's like, holy shit, it's a Nautilus, and then he ran away. He should have E there too. No one can kill you when you have your E. Oh my god. And Gragas other side. Oh, he's nowhere making... He's not using full use of his champion. Level 18 Kai'Sa. 6 items. Yikers. Oh, did Gragas ult the Zhonya's also? Well, if he's I didn't count the cooldowns properly, but if he counted the cooldowns properly, then he just goes in there and kills everyone.
Want to try and push to end this one.
Yeah, and it's only about 20 seconds left on that kill ultimate. It's so short at this point in the game, so Damwon closing it.
I think both IG and Damwon have way too much, like, their weak players are way too weak for them to be going far in the tournament. I think combination of Leon, Baolan, and Nuclear and Beryl to a certain degree is too weak for them to go far in the tournament. There's way too many teams that are well balanced. G2, SKT, even Team Liquid. Like, the weakest player on Damwon, when you match up Team Liquid and Damwon, the weakest player just stands out so much for both teams. I think IG can actually beat Team Liquid because the solo laners are way too fucking insane. I think IG can beat other teams in best of 5, but Damwon is... I don't think it's the case for Damwon.
In here, they're going to shred through this first inhibitor. Will IG be able to wait?
They can be scary if they fix their weak players. Yeah, sure. But there's already teams that fix their weak players. There's already teams that don't have weak players.
It's very difficult to kill here for this squad as the Shy looking for another heroic attempt at saving this game. Damwon Not wanting to risk it, they're just going to play by the book, take down the inhibitor, and move on out.
Yeah, it will just be.
I can be pretty if I stop being ugly. I can be rich if I stop being poor.
Nuclear will have his Kai'Sa ultimate pretty soon.
I can be confident if I stop being nervous.
To take down Rookie over by the blue buff prior to the last Baron take, and one more
just
like that
fix the weak player's forehead.
In a turret, is it going to be worth it for IG to defend? They've got 5 members back alive. Leanne is down to about half health as they're looking for it, but Rookie gets hit by the side.
I love the E flash hit from Poppy.
As the helicopter in the backline, Canyon survives on next to nothing, but the Shy is able to execute him, diving on back in. The AoE damage is gigantic, but meanwhile, on the backline, it is going to be Damwon able to get the work done. A double kill for Nogri as Leanne's going to get the ace completed for Damwon, and this should be the game.
Yeah, that should be it. You can see there's still 3 members left alive. Creep wave in the bottom lane. They're going to push in, and that looked like the Shy had maybe saved the fight, but you can just see how strong Nuclear is.
I mean, the point is kind of fine if you consider the fact the jungler shouldn't even be on the stage. If you consider the fact they benched him, and that's one of the only reasons that the team got better, the team with Ning did not look good. In summer, IG with Ning did not look good. They didn't have an option. Well, what an interesting game. It actually showed me so much about Damwon and IG. It showed me IG potentially has one of the worst players in the whole tournament. It also showed me IG has potentially one of the best players in the whole tournament. It also showed me how good Showmaker is. It showed me, like, this game showed me a lot about Damwon and IG, and it was actually such an educational game to watch. Well, I really appreciated what Shy was able to do given such few resources, and I love Damwon's draft, and I think we have to keep a closer eye on Kayle. If a player like Rookie can't keep Kayle down with a champion like Lucian, unless people discover incredibly strong counter picks into Kayle, I think this is a champion that's going to be permabanned or first rotation almost every game. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the IG Damwon review.